Roger that. My name is Patrick Baca. I'm with MVPN, the Military Veteran Peer Network, under TVC, and I run peer groups, teach classes, and just counsel in the jail and do other things for our veteran community.
My name is Lonny Masterson. I am the peer support specialist for veterans here at NAMI. And I'm also been partnered with him for a while, campaigning for Vet Court.
Roger that.
Yeah, and just do any of you want to go and give us a summary of really what this court project is about?
This court project is about giving veterans who have had long-term damage done, more or less, from their military service and have become justice involved because of it, a chance to rehabilitate, access to more services than the VA offers. This also helps their families get their loved one back, get their life back on track, and it just honestly improves everything for the community. It saves the community money. It puts these people back into being productive members of society, which they were before. So it's just a great program, and we have, I believe, 32 or 33 already in the state of Texas that have all ran successfully. We're just trying to get one here.
And the Veterans Treatment Court isn't a get out of jail free pass, and all of the veterans aren't eligible. It's up to the county prosecutor, and it's not for murder. It's not for any sexual crime. What it is you find whatever that the veteran is doing, which usually hiding behind drugs and alcohol because of whatever that they dealt with in the military. We're forcing them into rehabilitation so they can live a healthy life again. And it's been proven that this program it works.
It's very effective, and this county already has a drug court.
Roger that.
And having something for veterans would just be an extra docket, and it would bring more money into the county.
Absolutely.
We've missed 2 grant cycles trying to just get the okay on this.
Right. Yeah. I spoke with Terry and Cynthia, who do the JIV for the TVC, and they also were about the grants. All we need is them to say okay, and then we start working on getting the funding, so it won't cost anything. It will make our county more money. We've talked to the surrounding counties, and they're even interested in doing a regional one. So,
and basically, once the commissioners give us the go-ahead, that's when we start building our team. That's when we start bringing all the players to the table, the process, which we've already talked to a bunch of them, and they've already been supportive of it. But we would get the prosecutor, the judge, the team that would be overseeing this. We would have them establish the protocols that they want to follow. We would then apply for the funding, and we wouldn't start accepting any veterans in a veterans treatment court until all that was in place and funding was in place.
Roger that.
So it's not once they give us the go-ahead that, veterans are going to start pouring in. No, we're going to build a foundation. We're going to get all the key players involved. We're going to get the money there. That way we can make sure these vets have the best chance possible. And then that's all that we're trying to do is to help vets.
Just to help the veterans, and it won't cost the county a dime. Like, we even already have the grant writers in place to be able to do this. I mean, all we're asking is, if you think about it, if we change one life a year, which we're going to change way more than that, but it's not just changing a life, it's fixing something that's broken because they served our country. And that shouldn't be anybody's fault. And some people need counseling and things like that, and it's not a second chance. What it is bringing that person back to who they really are. Wouldn't you say so?
100%. And if they go into vet court, and let's say that they don't do everything they're supposed to do, there's corrective measures that will be put in place. They will have to first write an essay, where they went wrong, what they're going to do to correct it. If they don't do that, there's going to be more check-ins, which phase 1 is already 2 random drug tests a week and counseling every week.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, a lot of times they're put in jail for a couple weeks to think about their actions.
Right.
And then if that still doesn't work, they can be kicked out of vet court and then they get the maximum for that sentence.
Yeah, before that veteran is allowed to go to veterans court, he signs for whatever the maximum penalty is for whatever that crime is. So if they don't make it through veterans treatment court, if they have dirty UAs and choose not to do the right thing, here they don't have court. They go straight to the county and they do the maximum for whatever that crime is. So I mean, there's a lot of veterans that you can talk to, and veterans treatment court is a harder program than going to jail or even the drug treatment court. That's why I didn't understand why they were trying to, when we talked to the county commissioners that were comparing the two, there's no comparison. Mm-hmm. And there's nobody in the Bryan College Station, Brazos Valley area that even offers the counseling that we're talking about providing other than the VA.
And the VA doesn't even have a psychiatrist or psychologist on site here in the College Station area. It's all telemedicine, and a lot of vets, that's too impersonal. And this will just increase services. It'll have more oversight from the VA because the VA is supporting this, is involved, and they will be providing a lot of mental health care for the vets that would be in this program, free of cost to the veteran, free of cost to the community. And the grants would even fund a specialty court coordinator that could be over all the specialty courts in this county.
Roger.
So it's saving money for the county by freeing up jail space for vets that shouldn't have been there in the first place because of their mental illnesses. It's freeing up resources so MHMR is less overburdened by these vets that might not be enrolled in the VA system just because of how the VA is. And honestly, we're already seeing an increase in justice-involved vets because of how we pulled out of Afghanistan.
Roger.
For a lot of vets, that is triggering, I hate to use that word, but it's triggering a lot of emotions that they don't know how to deal with because we fought over there watching your brother, sister, whatever die. And then we basically and we were fighting side by side with some of their people, like the interpreters and some of the ANA. And then we just pull out. And then on the news, you see, oh man, I know that guy. And he's being murdered for trusting in us. So I feel like we kind of betrayed them. It wasn't honest. And that just gives you even more feelings like, what were we doing over there? My brother died over there. My friend died over there. And I'm here. And I just don't know what to do. So they'll turn to drugs, alcohol, whatever. They'll become just as involved. They'll be reckless. And it's just something we need. It's something we have to have. We don't need it. We have to have this for our veterans. We owe it to the veterans for the sacrifices that they've made. If you send somebody over somewhere and they go to work for you and they get hurt on the job, you're liable to take care of them. And this is just emotional scars that need to be taken care of.
Roger that. And we're not asking for money. We're asking for an okay to be able to help our population that really needs help right now. And we're gonna go get the money, and we're just trying to help. And we don't make a dime even when the grants are in place. But to see those veterans, he's been through a lot, I've been through a lot, so we know the other side. Well, we're trying to bring them over here, and that's it.
100%.
Yeah, and did y'all want to talk more about the details of the types of services you want to implement, like for mental health?
Well, we don't really, I think, want to go into the types of services as just, what do you think?
It's in that press release.
Okay.
The general outline of what they're going to do is copied after Waco or McLennan County. So that's already in there.
I will go into how vet court works is it forces the veteran into treatment. They're held accountable. The people that they're meeting with, their mental health specialists, whatever title they may hold, reports back to vet court on their progress, if they're actually trying, how they're doing, while still abiding by HIPAA. But it's forcing that veteran into letting go of control so he can actually grow. Because while that veteran is in his mental crisis, control is a big issue for vets, like especially when we're losing it, we try and hold on to it even more, and it's just making things worse. So vet court forces them to let go, forces them to be vulnerable essentially, so that those scars can start to heal and can start to be treated. And I've seen it work. it works. Any other county you go to, you can talk to them, it works. And with our veteran population that we have here, with Texas A&M, Old Army, with its history, like with the amount of Corps cadets and whatnot go to serve,
Roger that.
How can we say no to that? Because there's going to be more war. There always is. And we need this stuff in place to take care of the sons, the daughters, the future generation, and our current ones. So we need to do it now.
And it's not just the veteran, it's the veteran's family. You know, it's the veteran's parents. It's anybody that veteran deals with, anybody that's loved that veteran before the military and after the military. And this rehabilitation is to get them more the man they were prior to the military, where you're living a healthier life and you have a clear head and you know that something isn't your fault, or how to deal with even a TBI, how to handle your PTSD, you know, whatever that is. It's the training to be able to go out and cope and just live a healthier lifestyle with your family and friends.
Yeah, and like you mentioned before, we do have a crazy veteran population here in like the Brazos County, and it's just like, why do you think we don't have this in place already, this program?
Well, people have been trying to, I think, implement something like this for
A year.
It's more than nine years.
Oh, really? Oh,
9
Yes,
years.
no, and I kind of jumped in and started working with others. I would say back in 15, and it's just kind of been something that everybody's working on, but really hadn't had the. I guess I've always heard two things: the population and the money. Well, then we did a lot more research on a lot more things, including the counseling that I did in Sandy Point, and saw the veteran population coming through there. Lonnie and I got together and we're like, you know what, let's find out exactly what we need to make this happen. Lonnie did a bunch of research. We spent 9 to 10 months, because of the county commissioner's schedule, going in all their different offices and talking to them about how much we needed a veterans court. And I would say it lasted this long for the main reason of, after we had spent all those hours with all those meetings, we go to a meeting and they turn down the two that are the most for veterans court, that were just trying to do a meeting. You know, they're the most passionate too. If you're for veterans court, why would you not? They weren't giving them any power. They were just. It was just something to say somebody was trying to work towards a veterans court, and it just got turned into, all of a sudden we were doing a workshop. What have we been doing for 9 or 10 months? You know, we've been talking to them. We've already had those workshops. Irma already said she would do a resolution. Like, we thought it was going to be a yes vote, and then it got a little out of control when we were in there, and we're not proud of it. It just, I guess it's politics, and we're not good at it, because we're going to, you know, help our population and tell the truth.
And there's been some misinformation that has been spread about it. I'm not going to mention names, but it has happened, and that has swayed the opinion of some of the people in the commissioner's office.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just going to check something on my camera really quick. But this is going really well. Just making sure my
Can I do the technical part after this? About the political part? Go through that. It's about the impact on the city. So she'll know, when she talks to them, she'll know more. So they can't BS her.
You want to come sit in the middle?
No, I'm sorry. I'll just, y'all doing good. This is good. I just think we need the rest of the story.
No, yeah, you're the expert on politics. I'm just.
But that thing about the families, they're saving all kinds of freaking money keeping those families together. Mm-hmm. Some cops had to go out to a car, I forgot what state it was in, just recently, the last couple of days, and they stood beside this door, and this woman was in there kind of going crazy. I don't know if she was a vet or not, but anyway, she's kind of going crazy, and she killed them both. She shot them both through the window.
Wow.
And so they're in that position every time they go to one of these deals.
And it's worse with vets because we're trained.
Right,
like,
exactly.
A lot of us are trained.
They're more dangerous, yeah, right, exactly. And when they go into that mode, that, you know, it's absurd. This is just so damn silly. I can't think we're talking about it.
And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when we went and spoke at CSPD, they're behind this 100%. Everybody that I talked to,
CSPD, who is that?
College Station Police
College
Department.
Station.
Oh yeah, you don't help them. You gonna save them some lives and money.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to say that. Like,
Yeah.
like all the law enforcement agencies are
Yeah,
behind it.
that's
They
what
know.
I'm getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're all behind it. You already work with CIT with veterans,
Yeah.
so be sure to,
Throw that in there too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so my battery literally just died on me. However, I do have all the interview saved.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to continue and I'll just like record it on my phone or.
Yeah, let's do that.
If
Okay.
that's okay.
Yeah, I can just record it on my phone.
I can send you copies of this too.
Yeah, if that's. Yeah, honestly, can we just send a copy
Okay,
of this?
okay.
Yeah.
Is your phone still? Okay.
I got 2 of them going. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, but yeah, what we were talking about, if you want to bring up how the police department is supporting you.
Oh yeah, Lonnie and I spoke at they have quarterly meetings I go to with the CIT teams and College Station Police Department.
What's the CIT team?
Criminal that's the game team.
That's so they know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause-
All right. I apologize. Used to acronyms. And I mean, you know, like I said, I do. I'll meet them. Lonnie's been with me, and sometimes they'll even release the veterans to us. And I guess what I'm saying is, all of our local law enforcement also supports this because it's helping them also. And if you talk to 90% of them, I would tell you that they would tell you that this population, that when you go out on a call, you never know what you're going to run into. And I get calls all the time on showing up also to be able to deal with a veteran situation. And that along with the veterans court, you know, I mean, it's kind of hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
Yes, and we're able to get to the punch and get that individual back into a healthier lifestyle, and it's helping our local law enforcement also, because I can't tell you how many repeat guys that we have that aren't bad people. You know, what would you say about that? Yeah.
100%. And I'm not speaking bad on the VA, but right now they're overburdened with their mental health services. They don't have enough counselors. They're short one. Once again, they don't have a psychologist or a psychiatrist on staff there for emergencies. So everything is done via telemedicine, and a lot of times you can have, maybe if you're lucky, one mental health appointment a month for 30 minutes to an hour. And if you're struggling, you need more than that. You need weekly sessions, if not twice a week, to take care of your issues. And vets just aren't getting that right now. And it then leads to that veteran self-medicating, and then a lot of times that leads to law enforcement involved. And then luckily these CIT cops will call Patrick, like, hey Patrick, we got this vet, can you come talk him down? Can you come speak to him? Patrick will go there, talk him down. Like you said, a lot of times they'll put him in his care, then Patrick will jump through hoops to get him services. Hey Lonnie, you know anything? Yeah, Patrick, we got this.
Yeah.
It's
You get him coming to our groups, which is exactly what Veterans Court does also, except you don't get a choice whether or not you're going to show up at the groups. You're coming, and we'll see you at this time, you know. And he and I will be running the peer counseling side of it, and guess what else? We're free. You know, we're not asking for paychecks. We're just trying to get out there and help.
And we even have services where if the vet's family is struggling financially, we can help out with that. We can figure out ways to get that taken care of, because until that vet has financial stability, his mental health isn't going to freaking improve.
Roger.
Like, it's going to stay where it is and get worse, because I've been through it. I struggled with my mental health at one point. There's still days when I do. I was a Navy corpsman with the Marines, 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines, staying in Afghanistan. A Navy corpsman is a combat medic, more or less. We practice combat medicine. I've seen a lot of stuff over there medically, kids, Marines, Afghanis, and when I got back, I struggled financially. I struggled with my PTSD. I've been justice involved. because of it. And until you can make sure that your family has a roof over their head, electricity, and food and clothes, it's only going to get worse. And vet court helps with that too. So and it doesn't cost the county anything. It saves them money. It frees up jail space. It frees up so much. It's not even funny. We just need them to say yes so we could start bringing money in. Another grant cycle was just approved specifically for vet court. So the sooner they say yes, the sooner we get this money, the sooner we can start helping vets.
Roger that.
Yeah. Okay. I think that was really good. I don't know if
Can
you
I just